Alright, so here's another video. Did a trim on the tank today. Chopped off a bunch of the jungle valley. It was all out to here again. So I took another 12, 14 inches off of it. I even had one moving all the way over to here. Trimmed up the Aponogeton. Did not trim the wisteria. Let it bush out. I think I'm going to take some of the shoots off the top, some 4 or 5 inches, and put it in the other tank. Chopped the Hygro here, here, and here. It was up to the top of the tank, all the way up to here. So took quite a bit off of that. Got rid of the baby tier since it was pretty much gone, and moved the rocks around the parva. My goldfish had uprooted that and some wisteria. His appetite has become ravenous. He's eaten all the duckweed. I have no more duckweed anymore. I even caught him nipping on the end of this one here about 10-15 minutes ago, so thinking he's gonna have to go bye-bye. Take him back to the pet store. But I think I kind of showed you guys this stuff the last video, but I bushed that all together. Trimmed up the swords a little bit down below. They had some nasty ones, nasty leaves that are rotten. And trimmed up the milfoil too. It doesn't look that great to begin with, but it looks even worse on video, so I don't know. I just kind of basically have it there to hide the filter. So but I've got just runner shoots everywhere. Here and here and here and there. And there's a bunch back in there. This jungle val is just going nuts. If you look at like my first video, you'll see, you know, I had 12, 13 plants in here, and I've got at least 20 or plus now, so it's ridiculous. That's why I chopped it so much today. Figured it wasn't going to hurt anything. And I got all those runners, so. But the new Hygro is looking pretty good. It was about this tall here and here, so it's shot up a couple inches and it's got some good growth on it. That sword back there, that was in the 20 gal, is starting to recuperate pretty well. So overall, 55 is not looking too bad. I just got done feeding the fish, that's why there's so much shit floating on the surface, in case you're wondering what that was. Everybody's looking good and healthy. Everybody's got good color. So I just got into the whole bloodworms from the Omega 1 today. So, and I'm into my second can of Omega 1 color, super color. So, don't know how well you can see it on video, but like the dinos and the bluegill, well, he's kind of changed color in the last few minutes. But even the Denison barbs have this really cool kind of hazy blue glow to them. So the fins are looking good on all the diamond tetras. That one that had been chewed up, his fins have grown back pretty well. So I don't know. And these guys have even turned to eating it, and this guy pops out and scavenges. You can kind of start to see whiskers on his face. He's getting big enough for that. So that's the 55. So I'll show you the 20 gallon real quick. It's not completely done, but I did redo it again. And this is what I've got. We've got Cripwenti down here under a piece of driftwood I bought that I attached some moss to. So I was kind of messing around in this tank earlier today as well, so it's kind of hazy. Then I've got Hygro over here in the corner. I just kind of put the rocks there to fill in the emptiness on the bottom of the stalks. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've got this big open area. I'd like to maybe take the rocks out and do a carpeting of some kind, or kind of do the same effect as I've got with the Wendy around the driftwood with the rocks maybe. because this stuff will all get all tall and fill up the tank up to here, you know. I'll let it grow tall. So I want something kind of a mid-ground, foreground plant. So maybe do something around here, and that really won't leave too much open spot. So I don't know. It's not coming along too bad. These plants have been in here a week, and the majority of that stuff in the middle there, but I got that at the same time. These couple shoots here and that shoot there are the trimmings off of the high grow from the 55. So things aren't looking too bad. Once I get the last bit of plants in here, whatever I'm doing, then I'm going to transfer these guys over. My bulb burnt out, so I had to revert back to the cheap hood that came with this 5-gallon tank. But everything's looking good. I don't know how well you can see it with that shitty light, but there's one of my shrimp there. He's kind of chilling, one of my whiskers. But all this Java fern here has tons of new growth all over it everywhere. There, and there's new leaf there, and new leaves there, and there. So, lots of new growth on this Java fern. Now I've got some leaves that are turning dead here. I haven't trimmed them yet. They look kind of cool under this light. As you can probably see, they look almost kind of red. So, it gives it kind of a cool dimension there. But you can see another new growth back in there, right? Oh, my finger right there. New growth back in there. I threw a couple of scraps of anacris in here just to kind of get some surface shit floating. This one's upside down. I moved that guy back into here because he was disrupting everything in the 20-gallon. So I've got some ghost shrimp in here, as you've seen before, and a couple more of these whisker shrimp. They're hiding, so I'll give you a better view of him maybe. I get to zoom in right. Yeah, they don't show up on camera very well because this camera sucks, and they're clear. So, well, moss is doing pretty good in here. It again looks like crap. Let's see here. If I could do this, maybe. Let's try this. Move that around. Try to get a little better lighting on it. There you go. You can see it pretty good there. There, now you can see the Java ferns better. You can see all the new little leaves, lighter colored leaves growing in there. That's pretty much it. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. If anybody's got any suggestions for type of plant to put in here, so, low grower of some kind, something that'll carpet out, I don't know. There was some weird plant, hang on a second. Some plant here in my book. Let's see here. Sorry for the wait, ladies and gentlemen. I'll find the beginning of my plant section here. Oh gosh dang it. Here we go. There we go. This book, by the way, is kick-ass. If you haven't already looked at it, it's this is the mini version. I haven't seen what the full version is. I'm not sure what the difference is, but yeah, it tells you like different setups of tanks, all sorts of different plants in here. Gives you a little bit of data on how high it gets, growth rate, where to put it at in the tank, what kind of light it wants, temperatures, how it propagates, and then the difficulty of it. So it's pretty badass. Let's see here. That wasn't a crypt or a sword. The sword section in here is huge. Like all these pages right here are still swords. Sword, 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 sword. Alright, finally off some swords. Gosh dang it, where was that stuff at? See, here's the Hygrophila I've got right here. Calls it giant. Here's the giant Hygrophila, and then there's a Siamese Hygrophila, which is kind of looks like what I've got. But the place I got it calls it blue hygro. There's a Goanna hygro right here. It looks real similar. But I know they've all got kind of similar leaf styles. But here it is. This stuff. I don't know. It says maximum height is 2 to 4 inches. And it's a slow grower though. But it says corycats like it. Like strong lighting and a fine substrate, which I've got sand in there, so that'll help. But it's called Lileo. Yeah, I can't pronounce that fucking word, sorry. But anyways, you can see what it says there. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that to my local fish store, or if I have to order it offline, or what the deal is, but I don't know. It's kind of like hair grass or a dwarf, like a micro sword. But I didn't really know what else for plants to put in the foreground, really. I'd tried some Bacopa before, stuff like that. I was thinking about maybe getting like a tiger lotus and putting that in the middle, in the back. It's kind of a display plant, but I don't know. Or some. This is a different type of Rotala. This is giant red, but maybe that or some Rotala indica. I don't know, or some dwarf sage. I don't know. We'll see. That's about all I got for you guys today. Later.